The Last Dream of the Old Oak by Hans Christian Andersen. And its summit towered above all the other trees, and could be seen far out at sea, so that it seemed served as a landmark to the sailors. It had no idea how many eyes looked eagerly for it, and its topmost branches the wood pigeon built her nest, and the cuckoo carried out his usual vocal performances, and his well-known notes echoed amid the boughs. And in autumn, when the leaves looked like beaten copper plates, the birds of passage will come and rest upon the branches before taking their flight across the sea. But now it was winter. The trees stood leafless, so that everyone could see how crooked and bent were the branches that sprung forth from the trunk. Crows and rooks came by turns, and sat on them, and talked of the hard times which were beginning, and how difficult it was in the winter to obtain food. It was just about Holy Christmas time that the tree dreamed a dream. The tree had doubtless a kind of feeling that the festive time had arrived, and in his dream fancied he heard the bells ringing from all the churches round, and yet it seemed to him to be a beautiful summer's day, bright and warm. His mighty summits was crowned with spreading fresh green foliage. The sunbeams played among the leaves and branches. The air was full of fragrance from herb and blossom. Painted butterflies chased each other. The summer flies danced around him, as if the world had been created merely for them to dance and be merry. And all that had happened to the tree during every year of its life seemed to pass before him as in a festive procession. He saw the knights of olden times and noble ladies ride by through the wood on their galley steeds, with plumes waving in their hats and falcons on their wrists. The hunting horn sounded and the dogs barked. He saw hostile warriors in colored dresses and glittering armor, with spear and halberd, pitching their tents, and anon striking them. The watchfires again blazed, and men sang and slept under the hospitable shelter of the tree. He saw lovers meet in quiet happiness near him, in the moonshine, and carved the initials of their name in the grayish green part on his tree. Once, but long years had intervened since then. Guitars and Eolian harps had been hung on his bows by many travelers. Now they seemed to hang there again, and he could hear their marvelous tones. The wood pigeons cooed as if to explain the feelings of the tree, and the cuckoo called out to tell him how many summer days he had yet to live. Then it seemed as if new life was thrilling through every fibre of root and stem and tree, rising even to the highest branches. The tree felt itself stretching and spreading out, while through the root beneath the earth ran the warm vital of life. As he grew higher and still higher, with increased strength, his topmost boughs became broader and fuller, and in proportion to his growth, so was his self-satisfaction increased, and with it arose a joyous longing to grow higher and higher, to reach even the warm bright sun itself. Already had his topmost branches pierced the clouds, which floated beneath them like troops of birds of passage, or large white swans. Every leaf seemed gifted with sight, as if it possessed eyes to see. The stars became visible in broad daylight, large and sparkling, like clear and gentle eyes. They recalled to the memory the well-known look in the eyes of a child, or in the eyes of lovers who had once met beneath the branches of the old oak. They were wonderful and happy moments for the old tree, full of peace and joy. And yet, amidst all this happiness, the tree felt a yearning, longing desire that all the other trees, bushes, herbs, and flowers beneath might be able also to rise higher as he had done, and to see all this splendor and experience the same happiness. The grand majestic oak could not be quite happy in the midst of his enjoyment, while all the rest, both great and small, were not with him. And this feeling of yearning trembled through every branch, through every leaf, as warmly and fervently as if they had been the fibers of a human heart. The summit of the tree waved to and fro, and bent downwards as if in his silent longing sought for something. Then there came to him the fragrance of thyme, followed by the more powerful scent of honeysuckle and violets, and he fancied he heard the note of the cuckoo. At length his longing was satisfied. Up through the clouds came the green summits of the forest trees, and beneath him the oak saw them rising and growing higher and higher. Bush and herb shot upward, and some even tore themselves up by the roots to rise more quickly. The birch tree was a quickest of them. Like a lightning flash, the slender stem shot upwards in a zigzag line, the branches spreading around it like green gauze and banners. Every native of the root, even to the brown and feathery rushes, grew with the rest, while the birds ascended with a melody of song. On a blade of grass that fluttered in the air like a long green ribbon sat a grasshopper, cleaning his wings with his legs. May beetles hummed, the bees murmured, the birds sang, each in his own way. The air was filled with the sounds of song and gladness. Thank you for reading the story with me.